It's Bob K at the Minneapolis Progressive International Motorcycle Show. I'm here today with Dan Riley, who's competing in the JMP Ultimate Builder Custom Bike Show. Dan's entry is for the freestyle class, where the only limitation is the resources or the imagination of the builder. And I got to tell you, we love diversity, and Dan's RMZ is beyond my expectations. Everything, I'm not even going to begin to talk about it. I'll let you do that. So let's tell them what you got going on here, Dan.
All right, thanks. Yeah, basically I started with a RMZ450 motocross bike, and basically what I wanted to do is have as performance-based of a base to start with as possible, and then go through and just make it how I like it. So I try to approach all my builds where it's like, I want to ride this, and It looks fun to ride, it looks cool sitting still, and I think that I did all those things.
It certainly looks like a rider, but you know, the detail, the seat, the wheels, the finish and everything. Talk a little bit, how much time you got into this?
Man, I got tons of time into it. It's been kind of a progressive build. It actually started out as my regular motocross bike, and I decided to make it a grocery getter. So I think I spend a lot more time on the roads, and I really miss moto, so I built this to kind of run up and get a gallon of milk from the store on, and do it quickly and
well, you're a Minneapolis boy, and this must be fun riding around the city and jumping in and out of potholes and stuff with this cold weather here.
That's really the goal. I mean, it's lowered so that there's not as much suspension travel, but it's really good for just like seat bounce and stuff. I mean, you can climb up walls with it. I mean, those tires stick really good. I mean, those are flat track spec tires, but they're great on the street, man. I mean, they're not great for like super duper high speeds, but they're just awesome for like really forgiving for the city.
So you're running 19 front and rear, just like flat track style. What about the front suspension? What do you got going on there?
Same thing. It's all stock bodies, and it's been lowered. Basically lowered and valved for flat track, and the rest is just cosmetics. I wanted to put a really cool headlight on it. I wanted to just have a really unique, gnarly seat, and just wanted everything else to be as blinged out as possible from a moto perspective.
Yeah, well, so, you talk about that valving. That's important, especially when you're changing from motocross to the street.
Totally.
Just so you get that compliant suspension. What about in the rear? What do you have to change there besides lowering?
That's it.
Yeah.
Stock gearing too.
So you got everything all set up and everything. That's
I actually have both suspension bodies. I have two setups for it, so I can turn this into a dual sport in about an hour and a half.
All right.
With knobbies and 18s and everything else.
So, you take it out on the highway, what kind of speeds you get with this thing?
Well, I don't have a speedometer, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, you get pretty close. Right?
I'd say tops out at around 65.
Yeah.
With that gearing.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So, but at 65, it must be pretty zippy. I mean,
totally.
It gets right out of the way and everything like that. Comes right up. So,
yep.
Man, I got to tell you that I really love this, and the fact that you brought it down for our show again, because we like the diversity. You're competing in the freestyle class, and all the winners from our shows get to go to Chicago to compete in the national championship. And I think you stand as good a chance as anybody. So hopefully we'll see you in Chicago. And thank you again for coming out on this freaking cold weekend.
Yeah.
And warming us up with this beautiful bike. Thanks
cool.
again, man.
Thanks, sir.
All right.
Big flowage.